Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to try out playing as the Soviet Union Russians, the Russian Rampage. All right, so for a while now, I've been wanting to actually try to do a world conquest. I haven't done one in this game before, but I feel like the campaigns that I've done so far have given me enough experience that I think it's about time we at least do it one time, right? We have to do a world conquest at some point just to know what is involved. I've played as the UK, Germany, Poland, Mexico, and I think that's it so far. But yeah, so we're going to play as the Soviet Union, who have a few interesting things. They are all Union Communist Party. Puppet cost minus 30%. Interesting, cool. We are mostly communist. We have this Trotskyite plot. National Unity minus 20%, so bad things can happen there. Home of the Revolution. Ideology, drift defense plus 50%, and reduced construction speed. So, let's dive in. And here's my goal. I don't want anyone in my faction. It's my faction. They're not allowed in it. It's mine. Because what I want to avoid, and one of the things that annoyed me a lot when playing as the United Kingdom, was that lots of people give you troops, and the troops don't match your templates, and they're just bad. And so I'm looking forward to being the only person in the war, which is just going to give us, the assurance that every troop we see on the map is going to be something that we designed, that's good, that we're happy with, and go from there. So, unfortunately, though, at the very beginning of the game, there are two other people who are in our faction. We got Mongolia and Tanu Tuva, these two little derps right here, that eventually we're going to have to kick out and attack. But for now, they're allowed. They're allowed to sit in the thing, but just, that's fine. Bases in very low supply. Okay. What? We got... Yeah. This what? This one specific spot, or what? What? You don't like this? Our supply 3.95, required 3.95, supported 6. So, okay, well, but there's no, we're not suffering attrition or anything. So, why are you warning me about it, game? Right. So as the Russians, we are actually suited to a lot of troops, which is awesome. We got tons of manpower available. As the game progresses, we've got 161 million people to pull from. Right now we only have 1.5% recruitable population, but there's a lot of different ideas in our focus tree, and also we can change over our conscription laws. We could easily see ourselves drafting like up to maybe 15-16%, somewhere around there. Now probably 13% is a little bit more realistic. Fascists get like an extra 7% from their focus tree, and we have a focus available. There's two of them that increase recruitable population, I think. Where is it? That one's only 0.5. This one gives 3. I think that's it as far as this. Now, this is a unique focus tree, unlike a lot of the minors. I believe right now there are 7 nations that have unique focus trees. They're the 7 majors. So we've got the Stalin Constitution, political power plus 160. I'm not going to read every single one of these things, but I've already looked through it, and I've got a plan on what I want to do. The one that we need to do at some point is this Great Purge thing. We basically suffer, as far as I understand, a lot of really nasty penalties to get rid of this negative national unity modifier. And the sooner you do it, the sooner the penalties go away. Apparently it lasts like 4 years after you've gotten rid of the Trotsky plot. But I don't really think I want to do it yet. In order to, if you don't get it done, I think that it's like 700 days. You have 700 days or about 10 focuses before you have to do the Great Purge. Otherwise you'll run out of time, and then you'll just have like a really bad series of events happen. I don't know exactly what it is, but anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to go Stalin Constitution, and then I think we're going to go straight for positive heroism, because rather than go collectivist propaganda, I mean, that national unity plus 20 would actually offset the Trotsky plot, and does give a bunch of political power, but these two are mutually exclusive, and you might think, oh, well, you want that research slot, it's easier to get than maybe this one, but, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's the same number of research slots, or same number of focuses that you have to do to get the extra research slot, and these two are mutually exclusive. So I kind of like this recruitable population plus 3, the extra research slot, and the research time minus 5, and then I really want to get this mass assault expert pretty early on for the mass assault doctrine research advantage. So I think that's going to work out better for me than like militarized school 0.5 versus 3. That's a pretty significant difference. I don't care about construction speed, and I really don't care about having women in military pilots. So, yeah, I think we'll do Stalin Constitution to start, and far as research goes, we do need to spend a year or two at least just kind of preparing. So with 3 research slots, I do think that it makes sense to go for basic machine tools and start working our way down that path. We get the research time. Basic machine tools was the production efficiency cap. Yeah, that's fine. So we got mechanical engineering going. I mean, we could start going for construction. The sooner we get that, probably the better. We want to spend the first year or two building civilian factories as well. There are, I think, a couple focuses that reduce the cost of doctrine, but we'll wait until we have the doctrine advantage. Do we have a... okay, expert focus is what's giving us the 15-day reduction. Yeah, so I want to go like tons and tons of infantry, and I also learned some really interesting things about the way that armor divisions are designed. So a lot of times I skipped out in the past on these differences, but one thing that there was a post on Reddit that talked about this, and it's very interesting. It doesn't say it in here anywhere, which I think is a woefully inadequate interface. Like it's just stupid that they didn't include it. But if you make, okay, so a light division will require 60 tanks. So a regular, like if you go into the template, the unit designer, whatever you call it, and you have an armor division, right? We have light tanks. You'll notice here, light tank, it requires 300 because we got 5. So that's 60 each one of these things. Interestingly enough, if you make a variant, gotta go to the research screen. Variants, these ones here, this is our tank destroyer. Tank destroyers are 50% of the number of tanks as a regular division. So you do sack on some of the like breakthrough and stuff, but what I usually end up using tanks for is actually, I think more valuably, the armor. Having more armor and having enough armor to prevent the enemy from piercing that armor makes your units, your infantry, very, very resilient, very strong. And we used it to great advantage in the Polish campaign against Germany, but basically, if you make the tank variant, you can get by with half as many tanks. And if you use the anti-air variant, which still has the full amount of armor, well, no, not the full amount, 5 armor in this case versus the tank destroyer. Still, this is actually 25%. It's only 15 tanks to fill in that brigade. So we'll probably use some variants at some point here to check things out. But I think the tank destroyer, at least, I mean, depending on how much armor you actually need, I think 4 is the threshold to prevent the AI from having enough piercing in the beginning of the game. We're definitely going to use variants just to try to minimize the amount of actual armor production we need, because I want to put a little bit of armor with every division. I just love that idea of having all of your infantry, kind of escorted by a tank, or vice versa even. So we have insufficient resources. We do need to import rubber. Everything else we have quite a good supply of, but rubber is the one thing we lack. And it looks like for now, we're probably going to buy it from the Netherlands, looks like. Or do we border any of these guys? Maybe we can get by without using convoys. British Raj, I think we do border you, or we're very close. No, we don't. Okay. We don't border the Netherlands. I would love to conquer the Netherlands, because then we would just have all of the rubber we need. But yeah, I guess for now, just whatever. Give me my rubber. No divisions in basic training, that's fine. And alright, so our final research slot. I don't think we're going to do any of these tanks or anything. And we could work for some other artillery or things. We're not ahead of time on the tanks. I wonder if Germany's going to do that focus and try to get us to get a discount on armor research. They might. I think we do construction, because we're going to be building lots of civilian factories. Speaking of which, we have free civilian factories. Let's use those civilian factories to build civilian factories. And one of the things we want to do is we want to try to build east of Moscow or near Moscow, because if we build too close to the Western Front, it's pretty likely that we may lose some ground. And there's plenty of building slots available over here in this area. So let's go ahead and I'm so used to the EU4 shortcuts that I'm trying to right now I'm trying to click them. So I think we'll just queue up some of these over here and let it go ahead and produce. We have 17 civilian factories available right now. Our military factories, we're producing 38.5 infantry equipment 1. We got a little bit of support equipment. What is it that's consuming our oil? Sorry, our rubber. It's the planes. We're making strategic bombers. The thing is, we do already have max production efficiency since these were already started at that point. What is it again? Shift left click? Shift cleft click? Yeah, okay. So, we'll have enough rubber for these guys. That's a fair bit of motorized production. What is our deficit right now? We lack infantry equipment, but it's only 24 days of shortage. We lack light tanks, and we're barely making any. We're only producing 1 per day. That's really bad. I don't know if we really want to make that many light tanks, though, come to think of it. I mean, I would love to get straight up to the medium tanks, or at least the upgraded tank. Upgraded light tank, because this is from 1934, and it's already 1936. Having the 1936 variant, or version, the BT7, I think would be superior. That's 190 days, though, right now, so... I suppose for now, let's just... I mean, we can always err on the side of make more guns, because we are Russia, right? Every man gets a gun. Well, no, that's not true. Every other man gets a gun, and the other men get an extra clip, right? It's from that movie. Shoot, what's that one movie? The Soviet Sniper. I forget. Anyway, it's a good movie. I like that movie. It's fun. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll pop the weapons all up to the top. And that'll take care of all of our factories. Free dockyards. Are we actually producing ships right now? I think we are. These are all set to auto-deploy to just wherever they are. Let's see, where is our Navy? Navy overview. There it is. Got 32 ships right here. Let's group them up. We'll put the leader in charge. This guy's got spotting chance increase. So that was some of our ships, but not all of them. I think we're going to take all ships and just send them to Leningrad. Assuming they could even get there. Just 2 ships? No. Oh, it's 12. It's being hidden by that. Yeah, these guys can't actually get to Leningrad. Are they stuck up here? What the hell? You know too little about this region. Current mission will be deactivated. You don't have a mission. You're on hold mission. Yeah, okay, so because of this, we can't actually connect them. Interesting. I don't really think I want to worry too much about the naval game. I really don't care about boats as Russia, I think. I mean, eventually we'll need to have at least some naval superiority so that we can invade Great Britain and Japan. And eventually cross over to the New World, but... Let's go ahead and, we got subs queued up and destroyers. What is the best ship class that we have researched right now? None are very good, particularly. We've got the 1922 researched ships. Okay, well, with that in mind, I guess we should have, if we're making some destroyers, we should also make a couple cruisers. Let's queue up the final dockyard on a cruiser. Destroyer 1s. This is actually ooh, looks like we have a destroyer variant that is at 3 across the board. That's interesting. The light cruiser, heavy cruiser, battle cruiser, battleship. It's like this is the torpedo. Okay, well actually if we have an upgraded one, I guess we'll just make more destroyer 1s then. The Leningrad and Minsk class. Sure. It sounds great. Let's just, you know, use them all. Go right ahead. And without divisions in basic training, not too worried about that right now, actually. So, we will probably want to just bring our troops down. This is 23 divisions already. Let's grab like one more. Add him into there. What kind of skill do we have? We got a level 5 guy. Winter attrition minus 50%. Sweet. That's pretty good. Armor speed plus 5% hours. Huh? Plus 5%? I feel like speed, I don't know, it's kind of just written weird. Got a bunch of panzer leaders. Why are they called panzer leaders? We don't have panzers. We do have a level 4 field guy. That is really good. I love the own combat with modifier. Let's take a look at some of our basic divisions. This first entire episode, by the way, is just going to be like prep work here. So let's see what kind of divisions we have. We have 92 divisions of infantry. I think the easier way to see it is actually in here. You have a right... Where the hell do you have it? Right here? There we go. No, that's not it. 73 divisions. There's the number. So 73 of our divisions are Strelkovaya Divizia. We have 13 divisions of mountain troops, who are, for some reason, 24 combat width. They actually have support artillery and engineering companies already as well, so that's cool. How many of these do we have? 1 division of motorized, okay. We've got 22 divisions of cavalry at 8 combat width. We have some of these reservist, 18 divisions of reservist infantry, which are 12 combat width. And they are military police with infantry. That's stupid. They should be cavalry. Why you do this? And then we got our motorized division is, we got 11 motorized, and we actually have no paratroopers. They're only 4 combat width. I don't think we're gonna make any of those. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the mountaineers. I don't want them for now. They cost too much infantry equipment. I would rather just have regular infantry, I think. Let's change that division to regular infantry for now. We need 96 total artillery. We will gain manpower, infantry equipment, support equipment. Yeah, it's fine. And the cavalry as well. I think for now we'll just turn those into regular infantry. Until we need them for actual military suppression. I don't really see any reason to have these guys. I could be wrong. I mean, there could be value to it, but I'm not seeing it. It'd be kind of cool if you didn't have to do this at the beginning of every game. Okay, so I like the infantry. The motorized, I mean, he's already at, he's a regular, so I don't think we're going to get rid of him. And the tank brigades, or rather the tank divisions, are also somewhat trained up here and there, so we'll hold on to those guys as well. Okay, what do we want to do? I gotta remember how to play this game here. For now, get these guys down here, give them a planning bonus, somewhere around there. And as far as commanders go, I guess we'll take the level 5. I don't think we want to use the field marshal just yet. Alright. There we go. I was wondering where the color was. Apparently I just wasn't zoomed in far enough. Try to build up a 2nd division to 24 for now. Create a new army. Take another level 5. Let's get him down here on this southern front. With a small preparation bonus to the river. Okay. We do have one of our, the reservists. I think I'm gonna get rid of them as well. They should be all... Okay, yes, we can see the title, the name. Unfortunately, when you change the template, they don't actually change their name, which is kind of dumb, actually. We certainly don't need military police right now. So, all you guys change over to the regular infantry as well. And apparently we had some others in some of these armies already. A very irritating situation to be in. Okay, you... So 5 divisions left. Probably should have changed all the division templates before I assigned anybody to anything, because now I can't remember. It's got to be these guys, right? They're going to have like a weird name. And be part of an army. Let's try sorting by type again, and maybe it'll put the dumb infantry together. Yeah, it's got to be these 5 right here. Got it. And we had one more, which would, I think it was... So these 2? Okay, well now that that's done, I am going to go ahead and I'll probably take a break here, and I'm just going to set up some of these other divisions on some borders, and we will actually unpause the game. I spent basically the last 20 minutes just talking, but hey, sometimes that's what you got to do in the beginning of a new series. I'm going to grab all my armor divisions so they can put them in their own thing. So, all right, I'll get all this stuff squared away, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Apologize if you were expecting some gameplay or some actual wars or something this episode. You're kind of nuts if you thought we could do it already, but you know what? I don't mind. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you again in the next episode. See you soon.